today I'll be sharing my experience of internship with TUSUD PSB for the last 22 weeks. So first I'll be introducing my company, which is TUSUD, and then I'll talk about my roles, and then I'll quickly jump into shock testing and product verification, and then I'll end it off with my contributions and what I've learned so far. So TUSUD was founded in 1866 when an explosion happened in a steam boilery in Germany. So a group of engineers found out that if they had done regular checks, this explosion and mishap wouldn't have actually happened. So from there, TUSUD is founded, and today we have over 1,000 locations worldwide, and this is our aim, and we provide testing, auditing, and certification services. So I was posted to the EEC1 department. Today I will be mainly talking about packaging and dynamics because that's where I work. The difference between packaging and dynamics section is basically for packaging, what we test is the package of the product. So what it means is to how good the product can protect how good the package can protect the product inside. And for dynamics, we just test the bare units, which means for example your printers and game controllers without any packaging outside. So these are my rules. I conduct product testing. For example, I do drop, vibration, compression, shock tests, all that. And I also do reports. This is for the customers, and these reports are for the tested products. I also do product verification and other duties given by my company supervisor. So why do we do product testing? First of all, when a product is first manufactured, it will go to the warehouse, and over here it will be stacked. So as you can see here, there's a lot of compression load on top of it. So it's subjected to compression in the very early stage. And when the product needs to be shipped to the consumers like me and you, it will undergo vibration. And why I've written shock here is because, for example, let's say the product is in the truck, and then it clashes with another transportation like a cargo, for example. That abrupt impact and sudden acceleration is what it means by the product undergoing a shock. And then, of course, as humans, we all make mistakes. So certainly, your products will be manhandled. So you will be subjected to some drops at a certain height at some point during its product lifetime. So why do we do product testing? Is TUSUD wants to make sure that all these products that are sent to the market and sent to the consumers like you and me, it can withstand all of these shipping impacts and still be in good working condition. So now we'll be talking about shock testing. Basically, what is a shock test? As I said earlier, it simulates the abrupt acceleration as an impact. And one may ask, why do we do shock instead of drop? For two main reasons. First, shock tests are more precise, which means you can control the amount of force or impact that is subjected to the product, and you can also know how long the duration of the shock is. And the second reason is for damage control. Basically, is to know the customers can know how well or how much impact or force their products can withstand with shock tests. So these are the reasons why we do shock tests. Basically, damage to structures, and one problem may lead to another, like mechanical problems and electrical functions. So in my time in TUSUD, I am given the opportunity to conduct shock tests. So these are the parameters needed. We need 3 of them. What I'll do is we will put the product here, we will securely fix it on the shock table with a fixture, and then first I'll choose the graph shape, which is either half sine wave or trapezoidal. So today I'm going to talk about half sine wave. And second thing, I have to manually key in the height of the shock, which is directly proportional to the acceleration level, which is the impact basically. And for the shock programmer, what we will be using for half sine shocks are these felts, and it is also directly proportional to the duration. So the more felts you use, the longer your duration of the shock is. So if you realize, another thing we need here is accelerometer. So what this accelerometer does is to give you a graph of the shock. So basically, for example, this product here, it has undergone a half sine shock at 50 G for 10 milliseconds. And this graph shows the customer that yes, we have shocked your product at these standards. So now I'm going to talk about product verification for HP printers. Why do we do product verification? When a fresh unit comes to us, we have to do IV, which is initial verification, and that is before the for example, before the printer goes through any test, let's say compression or drop. So this is to understand the functionality of the printer at the very beginning. This, I said here that it protects to suit, which means if there's any abnormalities in the printer, we understand that the problem is already present at the very start and it's not due to our testing methods that are wrong. So first you do IV and then you proceed with your test, which is either drop, compression, whatever it is, and then you will go on to post verification, which is we do it for everything. We check the functionality of the printer after it has undergone drop to see how well it can still work. So my contributions to this company is, since I've done my fair share of mistakes during printer checking, because it was quite stressful as they were really rushing it, I came up with 5 simple steps to follow when met with a problem of the printer. For example, a printer problem may be the carriage stall. A carriage stall means that the carriage does not move to pen change position when the user wants to insert the pen. So that's a very big problem. So what I have to do when I encounter this kind of problem is, step 1 is to take photos, which means take photos of the printer's LCD and the machine state, meaning whether there's any paper jam or anything like that. Step 2, I have to really write down what happened and how and during which part it happened. This is for the customers, as they will ask me. And third, I have to remember to not remove any jam paper, as customers want to see how the printer is taking all of it. And next, I will have to save the error logs. This is also for the customers. And step 5, before I do anything to the printer, I'll have to call the customers and let them know. Yeah, so we will just let the unit sit there for a while until given further instructions. So coming to the end of my presentation, these are some of my learning points. I've learned to work really well in teams. As you can see here, I have to press the drop button for the big drop tester, and my friend Mayumi here is making sure that this package is dropped at the edge, or is dropped at the edge. So we need teamwork for that, and I also learned how to work with different kinds of people, because different people really work differently. And I've also used some of my troubleshooting skills thanks to Nian. This, for example here, this relay was not really securely tied, so we couldn't go on with the guided drop tester. I also really learned how to work under pressure. As you can see here, I had to do 4 printers at a time because they were really rushing the project, and sometimes the customer will be right behind me and then he will see whatever I'm doing. So sometimes I will fumble a lot and I try to rush my things, but I realize that causes more mistakes, so I try to stay calm while doing my project. And I also learned a new language at work, because in the packaging department, 80% of the time, or maybe 90%, they will speak in Mandarin, because a lot of people are Chinese there. So at first, at the beginning of my internship, I really didn't understand the thing, but slowly I can safely say that now I can hold a conversation in Mandarin for quite some time. And this is my friend Li Hao. He taught me Chinese while I taught him English. So I want to say that it has been a very fruitful journey for me, and I really did grow as a person, and I'm more confident now to go into the work life. Thank you.